Say that you have a child born with a special need that you weren't prepared for or knew in advance to take care of or had the resources to take care of on your own. Even if you have an immense amount of financial resources, you still have a hard time finding early childhood or child care services for a child with a health and medical need. The early childhood space, especially age 0 to 3, is not as protected by disability law as public school. We have so many stories from families who are like, I've already been to 5 places and nobody will say yes. And then they somehow find us. Bonheur works to provide an option for as many families as we can find.
So when we have a child that has a special need, we actually have an intake meeting, and through that intake meeting, then we see how better we can serve that child. Bonheur actually comes into the center, sits down with the parent and the teacher that will be serving that child and myself, and we come up with what we call an IEP, or an individualized plan for that particular child.
We're doing this with directors who really want to have this impact in our city, and with teachers who really have a heart for kids who have a different need than the typical child. So we support a lot of children who have tracheostomies, feeding tubes, catheterization needs, special medication needs, seizure disorders, things that would make an early childhood director say, I don't think we can admit you here to this school.
Whoever the therapist is that come in, they actually work not only with the child, but they work with the teachers to make sure the teachers understand the skills and the skill sets that are needed to be put in place in that classroom.
And then that inclusion facilitator came, built rapport with the teachers, and helped them to, carry out the things that the therapists were working on within the classroom, which ultimately helped my daughter to develop.
We're not intended to stay. Our goal is to get in, and then we hand off training to teachers who volunteer. It's not very expensive. The way we do it with this fluid model of coming in and training and then backing off when competency and confidence is established. We do a comfort and confidence scale with the teacher. They rate themselves, we observe. We have about 50, 55 people working in that early intervention, early childhood space, but inclusion support is 6 people.
And I could just tell that they loved her and that she was in a place where she was just growing and thriving. And then I could still go back to work, and do what I loved to do. I don't know if I would still be able to work without all these services in place to help us.
And so you, a lot of times, will have caregivers, family members, parents left with this choice of, do I quit my job and stay home? Or how do I get my child taken care of well? And how can I know that they're developing well, they're safe, so I can focus on sustaining my family with financial resources? You typically expect to birth a child that is healthy and well. You take them home, and then you go to the child care. If you're going to return to work, you go to the child care that you've identified and you carry on with your plan. And if it's so fragile, it's a very fragile plan, and anyone could need our support. So that's the place where we step in, and you understand that you're one surgery away from needing this service. And what would you do if it was you?